high in the 90s just today. It's time to talk about heat safety indeed.
You know, Carly and Michelle and those guys, they've been talking about these ozone alerts. Listen to my throat. I swear I feel it. Dr. Gautam Desai from Kansas City University is here in studio with some tips for staying safe, whether you're outside or having fun. I was talking earlier, Dr. Desai, I was doing yard work on Saturday, and when the heat cranked up, like, I really couldn't stay out there.
Yeah.
It was brutal, man.
Yeah. It's already muggy now. It's been muggy already.
Yeah, it's going to get worse as it gets warmer, unfortunately.
Oh, man. All right, so, but this is a real thing, right? This isn't just, you know, this is a scientific, quantifiable situation, right?
It really is, and it's just difficult because you get these little warning signs, but sometimes if you're out and having fun, you may not care. So you can start off, you know, getting some heat rash where on darker skin it's just raised skin. On lighter skin you'll see a red, bumpy, raised skin that might be itchy, and that usually goes away when you get inside. Then you can get heat cramps also, which usually resolve by themselves. But then there's some more serious things that come up, like heat stroke and heat exhaustion.
Yeah, I think my daughter experienced this. It was splash day. They were outside, and then she complained about having a headache, and I just thought, you probably were hot. I checked her water bottle, didn't drink as much water as I told her to. So talk a little bit about some of the signs and symptoms that you're overheated.
Yeah, so you get the rash, you get the cramps, those are fine, they go away, but then you can get heat exhaustion where, like you said, you can have a headache, you can feel nauseated, your skin might have goosebumps and feel cool even though you're hot outside, and you just don't feel right, so that's heat exhaustion. And if you don't listen to that, you can go on then to get heat stroke, which is a medical emergency. People die that every year, and your body just loses its ability to regulate itself. So the hallmark there is that you start being confused and not really knowing what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful. It's a dark thing to bring up, but every summer there's a story nationally or locally about like some high school football practice where a kid dies. And it's a real problem.
Now, we also had a lot of festivals over the weekend and a lot of things going on in the summer, outdoor activities. How does alcohol play into this?
Well, alcohol definitely plays a factor because, first of all, you're drinking something instead of water, and it's a diuretic, so you urinate out a lot of the fluids you're having. It dilates your blood vessels, so you think you're cooler than you actually are. And sometimes we don't make the best choices after we've had some drinks, so it definitely plays a big role as well.
But obviously we know how prevalent that is. You go to the lake, you go anywhere.
Sure.
It's going to be booze.
Yeah, have a drink, but then make sure you have water on top of that too. And then just have a buddy, have someone watch you and say, hey, you know what? Let's go sit in the shade for a while. Let's put on sunblock. Let's not ride this bike off the pier.
Okay.
Yeah, don't ride the bike off the pier.
Don't do that.
Whether you're sober or you've been drinking. Either way, it's not a good technique.
Oh, man. So how much water should we be drinking?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and it's not fully specific for each individual because everyone varies a little bit, but in general, about a liter or two a day, but then if you're doing something outdoors, you might want to drink more. The key is just to stay ahead of that feeling of being thirsty, so drink before practice, drink before you go to mow the lawn, and then just keep sipping. Even during practice, most coaches are great at this, they'll have you stop and drink water, but if you're not feeling well, if you're feeling thirsty, then you need to drink and consider resting for a bit. Never slam more than, like a liter over an hour. Don't do these challenges and stuff.
Oh, God, yeah.
That can really throw off your body systems.
Yeah, all right.
So drink before you mow.
There we go. Good advice.
All
right, Dr. Desai, thanks so much for coming in the studio.